Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm actually really excited to do because it's going to be a whole video of me talking about my goals, resolutions, things that I want to do to make 2020 my best year ever. So I'm sure many of you guys also want 2020 to be a great year for you as well. I know we all go into the new year with all these resolutions that we don't end up keeping, and everyone wants 2020 to be their year. So in this video I'm going to be telling you my plans to make 2020 my year. I have a lot of stuff going on in 2020. I am graduating from high school this year. I'm going to be going to university this year. A lot of big changes, and 2019 was a little bit rough. Like, it wasn't terrible, but throughout this year I have been trying to find balance in my life, and so far I have not found that yet. And I kind of sat down and did a bunch of goal planning on how I can become more balanced in 2020, which is one of my big goals that I will talk about later. And I came up with a lot of great ideas on how I can keep myself motivated and how I can actually keep this resolution, which I hope will help you guys, which is why I'm sitting down and talking about it. So sit down, put me on in the background, grab a snack, do whatever you want to do. But today I'm going to be talking to you about how you can actually stick to your New Year's resolutions and make 2020 your best year ever. In the intro, I did talk a lot about how this year my main goal was balance. So in 2019, I have been trying to work on becoming more balanced, because for me as a person, I am very like one way or the other. Like, I'll either be like, for example, if we're talking about productivity, I'll be super productive and work until I'm burnt out and have no time for self-care, or I literally do nothing all day, and usually those days where I do nothing happens like really close to when I have like 3 exams or something, and it just never really comes at a good time. So this year for 2020, one of my main goals is to try to find a way to incorporate productivity in with self-care and make sure that I have some days where I can have a lot of that self-care but still be productive, which is something I haven't quite figured out how to do yet. But I did try to come up with some ways that I can achieve this in 2020 and hopefully not get so burnt out as easily and need all day lazy days right before an exam. Another example of this is with my like healthy habits, working out, eating healthy, all that stuff. I am very all or nothing, and I know a lot of people are like this as well. It is not just me, but it is something that I'm definitely trying to improve on. Either I eat super healthy and literally don't allow any room for junk food at all, or I eat super unhealthy and then I end up just not feeling well. So I really want to try to change that, because that is not the right mindset, and I'll end up being way healthier if I just allow myself more freedom and I'm not so black and white with my eating habits and working out habits. Like, I don't have to work out 6 days a week. I can work out 3 days a week, things like that. So I definitely am still trying to figure that out. I haven't actually really worked out in quite a while because I was thinking, well, if I'm not eating healthy today, what is even the point of working out? Which is definitely the mindset I am trying to get out of. So I do have some goals set for that in order to prevent that from happening. So the school example and like the working out / eating healthy example are the two that I am really focusing on for 2020, because those are the 2 areas of my life where I do have the most trouble. So balancing self-care and productivity, and then trying to find a good balance between eating healthy and working out, and realizing that it doesn't always have to be perfect every single time in order for it to be good, if that makes any sense at all. I hope it does. Starting with productivity, I do have a couple of ideas in mind on how I can incorporate self-care into my life and actually making it into a non-negotiable habit. So for me, I am very planner type of person. I write everything down in my planner and follow it. If I write it down, I really need to do it. And the thing with my self-care habits, I would never do them because they were in my planner, or like I didn't have it like in stone that I had to do that, you know? And obviously you want to have some freedom. You don't want to have to do your self-care all the time, because I was in that. Like, I did that a lot in 2018, and it just kind of created the opposite, because then it made self-care stressful, because it's like I have to do this. But I don't want to do that, but I do just want to make it more of a habit for me, doing self-care. So I have this plan that I do want to have a good morning and night routine, because I have created these morning and night routines before that are like super long and in-depth, and then I just never end up doing them because they take way too long to do and then I don't want to do them. So I do want to create a very simple morning routine and a very simple night routine in order to keep me on track. So my simple morning routine will be great because it will help keep me on track and start my day right. So even if I am planning on having a lazy day or there's not too much that I need to do, at least I will have my morning routine to get my day started on the right foot. Because lately in the mornings, I've been having a really hard time waking up. I hit snooze like 10 times. I sleep to the last possible minute on school days. And then on the weekends, like I am on Christmas break right now, so I have just been like staying in bed way too long and like wasting away my day. And like obviously, like there's nothing wrong with just staying in bed on your phone, especially when you don't really have anything to do. However, then it just doesn't really make me feel good. And even if I get up and do this morning routine and then get back into bed and just read or go on my phone or watch Netflix, if I don't have school that day obviously or anything else to do, that would still be fine. But I do want to wake up and start my day off with this morning routine. For my morning routine, I want to try to get out of bed without going on my phone at all. Like just shut off my alarm and don't go on my phone, because when I start checking my notifications and then I'm scrolling through Instagram and then I'm scrolling through TikTok and then like it's just a disaster. Like I could be there for hours and hours, which I have done that before. So I do want to try to get out of bed without going on my phone at all. And then waking up, putting my contacts in, washing my face, all that stuff, very first thing. And then coming back and making my bed, because I have gotten out of the habit of making my bed. I used to do it every single day, and then I just like stopped doing it. Like right now I'm looking at my bed and it's literally a disaster right now. So I do want to try to make my bed in the morning. And then on school days, what the plan is getting back into morning workouts. So if you guys have been following me for a while back, I did post a morning routine, like I think it has to be about a year ago now. But I would wake up at 6 and then wake up for like 40 minutes, or work out for like 40 minutes before school. And I kind of stopped doing that because I didn't have to, like I had more time after school. And I was like, I can just work out after school. But then of course, when you come home from school, you're exhausted and you don't really want to work out. So I think working out in the morning is going to be really good for me. This is kind of tying into the fitness one as well. Even if it's just a quick workout, because first of all, I feel so much more energized for the day. I don't sleep in because I'm like, if I sleep in, I'm going to miss my workout because I'm not going to have time to do it. And then it gives me more time after school as well to do my homework and everything like that. And then I just feel better because then I go to bed earlier as well because I'm like tired earlier. And I have been going to bed lately like on school nights at like 1 o'clock in the morning, which is just way too late for me and it is not good for me. But when I was waking up at 6 to work out, I would go to bed at 10 because I'd be tired from waking up at 6, and then I would get so much more of a better sleep. As for my night routine, like I did talk about, hopefully going to bed around 10 on weekdays, and then I'm not really going to set a bedtime for weekends because that is my time where I do stay up late, because I really do enjoy staying up late and stuff. So I'm not going to set a bedtime for the weekends, but I do want to do this night routine before bed, regardless of if I'm going to bed at 10 or if I'm going to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning. I want to do these things. So I do want to start doing yoga daily and more stretching, because I was a dancer for a lot of years and I was pretty flexible, and now I am starting to lose my flexibility, which is really frustrating. So even if I don't do like full on yoga, even if I just do some stretching before bed, whichever one I'm feeling in the mood to do, because sometimes I really don't feel in the mood to do yoga and I would rather just stretch if I'm feeling a little bit lazier that day. And then I want to do some reading, which shouldn't be too hard. I have been reading a lot lately, so that shouldn't be too hard of a habit to keep, but I do want to try to read for either 15 or 30 minutes every night, just kind of depending on how much time I have. And then this is a really big one for me. I also want to try to get back into journaling, because journaling was something that was really great for me, and I do want to try to do it before bed. Because when I was journaling, I could very easily like get my feelings out and write them down, and it helps like lower your stress levels and anxiety and all that stuff. So I do think that would be really great for me to get back into journaling again, because I did used to do it last year and I was actually doing it for quite a long time, and I don't really know why I stopped. So that is something that I want to start doing again. And then the other thing that I want to start doing in the morning and the evening, I kind of forgot to mention this in my morning routine, but is meditation. So I do want to meditate for about 10 minutes every morning to start out my day, and then maybe do like a 5-minute evening meditation to like end my day. So those are kind of my self-care practices that I do want to add into my routine, because then I will be able to be more productive but still have that time for self-care as well. And I really hope that actually putting it in a routine to follow is going to help me to actually complete these practices and not just forget about them and be like, oh, I'll do it when I have time, because I was very guilty of doing that in 2019, and I really didn't do a lot of these self-care practices in 2019. So that is a big goal of mine for 2020. Now talking a little bit about health and fitness, I know I did kind of mention this in the self-care. These two kind of overlap a lot. So I did talk about wanting to do a morning workout if possible, and I do just want to start out by saying I'm going to work out 3 days per week, and then maybe up it a little bit like after I get used to working out again. But I am going to start with 3 days, and I'm just going to do any 3 days that I feel like working out, because if I try to set a strict day for them, I probably won't stick to it as much. Like obviously the night before I will set the strict day, but right now I don't want to be like, I'm working out Monday, Wednesday, Friday, no exceptions, because maybe it's going to be Thursday night and I have a big assignment due on Friday and I have to stay really late to work on it. I'm not gonna want to wake up early to work out. So I just want to leave some flexibility there to give myself time to choose. But in order to make sure that I actually do follow the goal of working out 3 days a week, I am going to track it in my planner, which I will show you guys right away, the planner that I am using for 2020 and how I'm going to use it for my goal setting. But I am going to make sure that I do write down days after I know my schedule for the week and what days work best for me. I just don't want to use the same days every week, because every week is different. But at the beginning of the week I will set my workout days so that I don't actually miss them and that I actually keep up with my workouts. As for eating healthy, I only have 2 goals because I don't want to be super strict on myself, because in the past I know that does not work for me when it comes to eating healthy. The first goal is to actually meal prep my lunches, which will also save me a lot of time, because I know in the morning I never know what to pack for lunch, and then sometimes I'll just end up buying something for lunch and it's usually not that healthy. So by meal prepping my lunches, I will actually save a lot of time and be a lot healthier. So that is something that I do want to do in the new year. And then the other thing is to limit my sugary drinks, I guess. Like lately I've been having way too much, like I'll go for like hot chocolate or frozen hot chocolate or get a slushie or like things like that. Like I've been doing that way too often, and I really need to set a goal that I can only have those drinks like 1 day per week, because that's really not good for you. And I'm not going to be super strict on myself with a lot of things, but that is one thing that I do want to be pretty strict about, because I have been having way too many of those drinks and I just need to cool it a little bit on that. So those are my only 2 goals for eating healthy, but I hope that by adding those 2 goals that it will help me become a lot more balanced in this aspect, and then I will probably just start eating healthier as it goes along with, because those are my 2 biggest areas of unhealthy eating, is school lunches and sugary drinks. So I hope that by like kind of slowing that down a little bit, then it will help me be a lot healthier and feel a lot better, and then in turn it will help me feel happier, more productive, things like that. So they all go together. So I hope that by putting in some of these habits, it will help me put in the rest of these habits. This is the planner that I am using for 2020. I did show this in one of my Vlogmas videos. I don't remember which one, but I did show it. And how I am planning on using this for goal setting is by at the start of every month. So if I can find the page, at the start of every month it does actually have a really good planning section right here. I don't know, I think you guys can see it pretty good, but I will read you the specific part that I do want to use for planning. So it does have a section for January goals, and then it has January reminders. So those are the 2 sections where I am going to write out my goals for every month. So I do want to set monthly goals. The goals that I have talked about in this video so far have just been the things that I want to do to help me be more balanced throughout the year, but as the months go on I might need to change that plan, figure out what's working, figure out what's not working. So I do want to try to set new goals every month, and then definitely try my best to follow them. And then at the top of every weekly page right here, it does have a reminder section, and personally I don't really think I'm going to use that for like to-do reminders, because I can just put that in the daily pages right here. But the reminders are going to be the things that I want to include in my week in order to help myself achieve my January goals. So some of my January goals for sure are going to be for school and for YouTube. I do have different categories, but I do want to have just a whole goal section for just like self-care and balance and things like that. So maybe I have a goal every month that is related to that category. So in the reminder section, I'll just show it again. There is 3 places right here to write reminders. So I'm planning on having one of those reminders be related to school, one of those reminders to be related to, well, actually I'm probably only gonna have YouTube goals on the front page, and then 2 of those goals to be related to the ones I'm talking about in this video. So one of those points will be about like productivity, self-care, things like that, and then the other goal will be like working out, eating healthy, things like that. But I am going to be using this planner. It is from Chapters. If I can find it online, if they still have it, I will link it down below in the description if they do, and you guys can get yourself this planner. It's super cute. If you didn't watch the vlog where I showed it, I absolutely love it because of how colorful it is. So every month has like a quote on either side of the page flap, and these are like super good thick paper, which I love. And then every month does have this setup that I showed you guys before, and there's lots of room to write, and I absolutely love it. I am super picky about my planner, so if you are as well, this planner is amazing and I'm obsessed with it. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I had so much fun filming this video and coming up with all my goals and resolutions and stuff, and I really hope it's motivating for you. It has been quite a while since I've done a goal type video, and a video that's kind of this style, but if you do like them, definitely leave a comment down below, and I will be sure to do more in the new year, and maybe I will do one at the end of January for more motivation for your New Year's resolutions, because I know that we were all super motivated right now with our New Year's resolutions, but then as the year goes on, we might kind of get a little bit less motivated. So if that is something that you guys want to see, like how to continue being motivated in the new year, I'm definitely open to doing that. But other than that, I will see you all in my next video, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Bye!